I spent 100 days surviving in an apocalypse where mutated mobs took over the world. Let me explain. Me and some other scientists woke up from a 1,000-year cryosleep in a facility in the middle of the forest, and we have no idea where we are, what this place is, nor what happened to the world while we were asleep. After waking up from cryosleep, me and the other scientists explored the outside world, outside our facility. We had no idea what was going on in this strange world. The first things we noticed is that our entire facility was surrounded by an invisible barrier to protect us from the outside world, which we had zero clue about. And after looking around a bit, the next thing we found was absolutely horrifying.
Is that
What
over
is
there?
That is what we call an enzyme. Okay. Get back. That's it. That right there is an absolute atrocity. Knowing we had these things running around on the outside world, outside of our barrier, we were not too keen on going outside of our facility anytime soon. You know, typically when you see a monster being like this, you usually run the other direction. But one of the scientists, they got a little playful, let's say.
Oh!
Yeah. That thing was not to be trifled with, but soon after, we were 4 hungry men sitting in the middle of a forest behind a barrier. So we started looking for some animals to harvest for food, and yeah, let's just say we found a chicken.
What is that giant chicken dinosaur looking over there? Literally a dinosaur.
Yeah, I think I lost my appetite after that one, but not soon after, we started to cut down trees, you know, do the basics of Minecraft, and yeah, the sun was setting, so we had to explore our facility in hopes that there'd be beds for us to sleep in. And what we found in the facility was that there was 3 cryo sleeping pods. Yeah, only 3, but there's 4 of us, so we kind of looked around to check if there was some more. And what we found was quite frightening, I'd say.
But shit, these are not beds. We can't.
These are
dead
beds.
people.
Yeah, the horrifying truth is that these are not people. These are dead people. These are the remnants of the old scientists that used to research at this facility that we know nothing about. And while me and Cove were figuring out the bed situation, Mr. Longhauler back there by the entrance was fending off the entrance from mobs. We knew it was gonna be a rough night, so we waited until it was daytime.
Sun is rising. That's a creeper, and
Yeah, it's a
we're
creeper.
gonna have to defend our place. We don't want him blowing up in there. Okay. I don't want him blowing up outside either, but... Alright, I like how I'm the only one killing him. Nice.
You got it.
Could use some help. Okay, go ahead, steal my XP and gunpowder. Cool.
When it officially turned daytime, we went straight to mining, wasting 0 time. We wanted to get rid of our little flimsy wood tools for some nice sturdy stone tools. However, the way we mined on this server was not how I typically go cave mining. This time around, we did a strip mine. Strip mining within our little protected barrier would be the safest route of achieving diamonds, iron, gold, all the minerals we needed to be successful on the server. Of course, we'd have to go outside of our barrier eventually, but right now we took advantage of every single resource we could possibly find within our encapsulated protection barrier. Then a few moments later, Cove, one of the scientists that we're with, hunts down a mutated pig, and yeah, let's just say he was gonna eat it. My thoughts: when a man sees a mutated pig, you don't want to eat that thing. If anything, you want to run from it when it's chasing you. And Cove here was cooking. He was cooking the pork, the mutated pork he got from the pig. And let's just say the curiosity for me got the better of me. And I asked him, can I have the second piece of mutated bacon? And he didn't want to give it to me. Let's just say that's the best decision that's ever happened to me.
Eat this mutant bacon. This cooked mutant bacon.
Can I have one? Can I have the second piece?
No.
Oh my god, you fat ass. How does that taste? Yeah. How does that taste, bitch? How does that taste?
Pretty good, actually.
Yeah. You're taking damage. I'm glad I didn't eat that. Eat it all you want, dude.
Right after Cove ate the cooked mutated bacon, he was still hungry, and then he revealed something terrible to us, something horrible.
I'm just gonna
okay,
stick to my raw mutton.
You telling me you killed the sheeps?
Yeah.
Are you
Just gonna
retarded?
I was making an extra. But do you see?
Why don't we
fucking
shear
wheat around
them?
us?
Yeah, I
Do you
just
see
found
iron?
Why don't we
iron.
shear
I just
them?
found some iron.
He just found
Wow.
iron, and you just...
It wasn't there earlier.
Dude, why would you do that?
Yeah, off to a absolutely terrible start. We were already killing animals when there's hardly even animals inside of our safe zone. What are we gonna do? Wander outside and fight the mutant creeper for food? Anyways, that was a problem for later. For now, 2 of us went cave mining, and the other 2, well, we did some research. We had to get to the bottom of how these mobs are mutated and why the world is corrupted. And I think we found part of our answer.
You see these things out here? They're
Yeah.
filled with animals.
Are
Some
they?
things.
I
Yeah.
don't see an animal in there.
Well, the one I just had a baby chicken in it.
Like, you could see through it?
Yeah.
From our observation in the outer safe zone, it was pretty cloudy on what our idea was about these pods, but we did know that there's 2 different types of pods. And of course, every scientist has to run an experiment. So we ran an experiment, and let's just say it was an absolute disaster.
This one is obviously unclear. Let's see what happens when we get near that. Okay, run.
Yeah, easy to say, further research required. Now that we know what happens when you provoke one of the pods in the outside world, it felt even less safe. So we scoured around in our facility to look for any more info, and it looks like we found a little mini holographic computer that tells us everything we possibly need to know. How did we miss this? It was literally right in front of us the entire time. I called all the scientists back to the facility effective immediately. We were all going to research these creatures together to gain all the info, all their weaknesses, and all their abilities. And while looking at the info PDA, which was the little computer, and looking at all the mobs, I knew that we were at a severe disadvantage. The only possible way that we could win against the war between us and these creatures for survival was going to be outsmarting them. We could not just brute down these creatures alone. Overlooking the abilities, these creatures are simply too feral. They're too powerful. The only possible way we'd get to killing them is outsmarting them. After overlooking every creature, we finally did our research on the pods that we experimented on earlier.
In this stage, the specimen plant is transparent. That's what you were talking about with the animal inside.
Yes.
That's early stage. Late stage. Oh, look, now they're not visible. Holds a mutant creature. Walking too close. Yeah, we've already tested that a little bit. And they drop an enzyme.
The information that we learned moments later was crucial. We learned that there are 2 types of pods, an early stage pod and a late stage pod. Late stage pods hatch creatures, mutated creatures. However, early stage pods, destroying an early stage pod effectively destroys the creature inside of it as well. And we get an enzyme which we can use to create a potion that allows us to unlock the creature's power. Imagine the absolute chaos and havoc we can wreak using these own feral creatures' powers against them.
There's like stages to the powers. You can get like a tier 1 power.
After gaining all the knowledge we just did, I figured that we should go cave mining to at least get iron tools and iron armor to even stand a chance to step foot outside of this barrier.
Might explore a little bit. I want to go in like a real cave. I don't want to go strip mining. I want to go in a real cave.
I mean,
but...
I just told you I found a cave.
Oh, where is it?
Alright, well, while me and the other scientists were doing research, Sinatra, one of the other scientists, found a cave. A cave would be very, very valuable to us for the near future. That would mean we could stick inside of our barrier at the safety of our barrier and not get mobs surrounding us. Not mutant ones, at least. But before I went in the cave, there was only going to be one problem.
Food's gonna be a problem.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have the
You said there's water in your
delicacy-
cave, right?
I have the delicacy of rawing flesh.
Yeah, unlike Sinatra, I didn't feel like eating rotten flesh for food to survive in a cave. We haven't gotten that desperate, have we? I had the idea of venturing down in the cave. I couldn't go very deep, but I could venture down just enough to get 2 buckets of water, bring it back to our base, and make an infinite water source to then make a farm. A wheat farm, a potato farm, which would satisfy my hunger long enough for me to go deep cave mining. That was until I had a light bulb idea.
Oh, there's mushrooms. You can make mushrooms too.
Mushrooms are actually really plentiful around our area, so this would be a very valuable asset to have, so I don't actually have to go make a farm. I could just keep mining and keep looking for mushrooms. I guess that's a win-win. We found some things, but it was mainly just some boring, tedious cave mining. Nothing much was really missed here. We didn't get much, but we did get some iron and coal. Not too much, but just enough to get started. We didn't find diamonds on this adventure down in the caves, but something I did find was an abandoned mine shaft that I chose not to explore for the time being, as I was alone in the cave and I didn't know what was down there. So for the hunt for diamonds and to get to the nether, we will be exploring that abandoned mine shaft, so stay tuned. Now by this point, I was pretty deep in the cave. Me and Cove, one of the other scientists, went down deep in the cave. We kind of got split up, but whenever we extracted all the resources, another challenge posed itself. How do we get out? I don't remember the original way out, and digging up was certainly something I did not want to do, because I can end up outside the force field.
I had to dig up.
See, I'm scared about that because I know I'm definitely not going to be in the force field if I dig up. I'm going to end up somewhere in the outer world.
Hey, at least if I didn't want to dig up, I had one thing going for me. I had 2 of the other scientists that I was communicating to, and they were at our home facility. All I had to do was ask them for the coordinates, and I did.
Okay, you want the coordinates, huh?
Yes.
That'll cost you $5.
I had no intention of paying this man $5. I was getting scammed. The only option was to dig up.
I hear a creature, and I'm not even outside yet. I'm at dirt level. Oh fuck, it's nighttime.
It was the middle of the night, and mobs were spawning everywhere. I had no idea where the heck I was. But I knew if I had to resurface, I'd have to sprint all the way back to base as soon as I can. You see, I was sitting in my little hole, building up some confidence to make the sprint back home. That was when one of the other scientists, Long Hauler, told me a fact about some of the creatures, some of the mutated creatures.
You guys should have told me it's nighttime.
You know they can sense you, right?
Sense me?
Yeah, they're pretty good at that, like, a bunch of the mutants. I'm not even close to them and they already know where I am.
Oh, great. Great. So we did some research, and the mutants, they have sensory detection. They're gonna group up all around you even if they don't see you, because they just sense your location. Perfect. I was a bit startled. I couldn't sit in this hole all day though, so I had to get out eventually.
3, 2,
Instantly dies.
1. I'm right next to force field. Holy shit, that pig was outside, dude.
Yeah, I was getting chased by a mutated pig, but luckily the base was not very far from where I resurfaced, so I was lucky.
Oh my gosh, that thing was right outside of my little hole. Okay.
Yeah, but the pigs aren't that bad.
Yeah, it's not, but I'm just glad I wasn't far from base. Oh my gosh.
When I finally returned home, I was absolutely astounded by the progress made while I was gone.
Oh nice, you guys made a door. Just made out of garbage. You guys have any enzymes? You guys got any?
No.
You guys kill anything? Well,
No.
damn. So y'all did nothing this whole time?
I've been in the mines for hours, and I finally resurface, get home safely, just to find out that the other scientists did absolutely nothing. And then our home gets invaded.
Why is there? Oh my gosh, look what he did, dude. What are you doing?
We can get a music disc.
No,
Oh
not
my
in
God.
the base, bro. You know what happens if he blows up that stuff? Joseph's being dumb. Joseph literally killed you, bro.
I literally didn't do anything.
I am not. I'm killing this creeper.
When it finally approached daytime, I walked outside, and what I see is absolutely terrifying. When a man sees something like this, they usually run the other way.
Darwin's at it again. Darwin's been hitting that thing for a while, dude. I'm so tempted to just go and smack it.
We had finally trapped a mutated creeper inside of its own crater, and in the following moments, we had plans to kill it, which, upon death, would allow us to harness its power. We didn't exactly know what its power did, but if I had to guess, it'd be explosions. And I think if we had its power, we'd be unstoppable. So if you like this video, make sure you stick around for episode 2, because things get absolutely more insane when this thing finally dies.
You guys died! No!